How's it going? Back to the Boler refit. All sanded. Actually got some primer back on here. It's real pain to spray primer on here. I'm just using spray bombs, and it's always windy in Riverport. Well, not too bad today, but it's just been such a pain. I'm wasting half the paint. So I'm buying one of those sort of temporary car shelter tents. I have that tomorrow, and I'm going to put the trailer inside, and it'll be dry and work. I can paint in there properly. Anyway, I got some filler in all the holes, so it should be sealed up, sand those down, and we should get some paint on it next week. The trick now is to get the frame off. I've undone all the bolts and all the little screws. The frame is held onto the body on a Boler with 4 bolts that actually goes through flanges in the trailer, but the rest are just wood screws. They don't even seem to be sheet metal screws, but they're self-tapping screws through the fiberglass floor of the trailer into the top of the hollow section tube. Anyway, got them all out. I can't believe I didn't break any off. So what I've done, I've blocked up the trailer, and the frame is now suspended on, just catching on the trailer somehow. I'm not quite sure what it is. So I thought this might be kind of fun. We'll just have to kind of knock the frame off the bottom of the trailer. Hope that works. There we go, there's one side. And there's the other side. Front's coming off pretty well. Let's go have a look at how I'm doing that. Now that's slightly better tire clearance there, wouldn't you say? And the front is just easy. I'll just drop the 3-point hitch when I have that on the tractor here. And that'll lower the trailer axle. I call it a trailer, but it's really the frame. Right down out from underneath the trailer. So, we should be good. We're completely separated. As we can see, we got some rust issues here at the door. We'll sort that out. I knew there were going to be some problems in this area, but that's part and parcel. If you swing around the other side here, let me show you part of what I was talking about, or mentioning to a few people about one of the major problems with Boler trailers. And it's right in here. A lot of Bolers have a sag problem at the bottom door. The bottom of the door sort of hangs out here, and a lot of people think it's the door swinging out, and in some cases perhaps it is. But in every Boler trailer I've ever seen, it's the fact that this part of the Boler has sagged away from this section of the floor, and basically that's just opened up. And what that does is it pushes this area out, and this hinge comes way out, and it's way out of alignment. So basically this whole side of the trailer has sagged down and kind of given way. Part of the problem is that usually this part of the frame rusts out as well, and it just lets go in that corner. So obviously I need some work in here. I'm actually going to replace the steel bar that comes up in here with a full piece of mahogany. It'll start right at the bottom and come right through, be structural all the way up to the top, giving me a straight inside edge as well, same on the other side, so I can put screen doors in. So I think that'll work out for me pretty well. But let's get the frame off and see how that looks. Check in later. See ya. Well, it is a bit of a juggling act of blocks and beams and jacks and jack stands, but once you have the frame far enough forward that the wheel is past the balance point, that timber there should be able to take the bulk of the load, take the one out ahead. I can finally roll the frame out of here. Well, did it! It's out. Piece of cake, really. Should shoot this video relatively quickly just in case a big wind comes by and knocks this puppy over. But trailer's out, and I have this little 4-wheeled, like a hay wagon trailer, which I'm going to put underneath it now, basically just to move it around and be able to get it into the barn and such. And we'll see how that goes. See ya. Good. Well, you know, that went a lot easier than I thought it was going to. Ducked down a little bit, you can see. And now I got it on this nice little 4-wheeled trailer that I got from Princess Auto up here in Canada. I don't know if in the States you have something similar from Harbor Freight or something like that. But anyway, for a few $100, I figured it'd be just a thing, and I'll always use it for something. So anyway, we're loaded up, get this cute little 4-wheel trailer, and I'll be able to run it around the yard easy. Again, here, emphasizing this problem with this corner letting go. You can just see how gross that is. And obviously something's got to be done there. We'll sort that out. See how easy this is to move. And haul it around. Oh, I like that. I can put her up in the shop or take her over. Very nice. Let's go have a look at the frame. So at first glance, it doesn't really seem too bad. It's had some repairs done to it. I said that I didn't break off any of these screws. Well, I forgot that I'd ground off a whole bunch of them, so you can see the little screws sticking up. So we'll deal with those. It's had some welding done here, which is quite typical. You can see the frame was actually completely broken here at one point. But it's not too bad. It's pretty gungy in here. And the thing I've seen with some bowlers is that when this repair is done, it's done with the trailer on it, and it's done crooked. So what happens is the frame is already bent. Some welder welds that structural reinforcement on the bottom, and then it's permanently welded crooked. So I've got to put a straight edge on here and see if this is in good shape, but it really doesn't look too bad. The rest of the frame actually doesn't look too bad. Look for some soft spots here and there, but the tube itself seems to be in pretty good shape. So what I'm going to do, get this sandblasted so we can really have a good look at what's going on. Take this axle off, make these repairs up here for sure, and then we'll decide where to go from there. With any luck, my timing will be right, and I'll send this in to get galvanized with some other galvanizing work I'm doing for a Land Rover project I'm doing with my daughter. And that'd be great, because for a couple $100 you hot dip galvanize this, and it's good for life. Never have to think about it again. Very good. We'll keep in touch. See you later.